To thread the machine, we are using a red spool and a yellow spool for you to be able to follow along. For the inner or right needle, place the red spool in the center thread stand pole and pass the thread through the corresponding thread guide directly above the spool. The thread should go from back to front through the upper thread guide. Using the front thread guide pole, pass the thread through the upper hole from front to back, then back to front on the bottom hole. Do the same for the outer left needle thread, this time using the first position of the rod of the first thread stand with the yellow spool. Take the yellow outer needle thread and pass it through the upper hole of the tension block assembly. Go under the first peg, over the top and between the upper rollers, under the second peg, and then over the top and between the left or outer tension plates. Pass the thread between the innermost pair of plates down, then to the front and under the spring. Lift the thread upwards until it snaps between the curved plate guides. To test, lift the thread up and down and the spring will provide some resistance. Pass the thread through the right frame guide and up to the upper eyelet of the take-up lever. Pass the thread through the left frame guide and slide it into the felt thread guide. Pass the thread through the outer left hole just above the outer left needle. Thread the needle from the inside out or from right to left. Now take the red thread and pass it through the bottom hole of the tension block assembly. Pass it over the first peg, under the roller, then back over the second peg. Slip the thread between the tension plates from right to left, then down between the outermost pair of plates, down then to the front and under the spring. Lift the thread upwards until it snaps behind the curved plate guide. To test, lift the thread up and down and the spring will provide some resistance. Pass the thread through the right frame guide and up to the lower eyelet of the take-up lever. Pass the thread through the left frame guide and slide it into the felt thread guide. Pass the thread through the inner or right hole just above the inner right needle. Thread the needle from outside in, from left to right. To access the bobbin, remove the bobbin covers. If the cover is on tight, you can use a flathead screwdriver by placing the head of the screwdriver in the indentation on top of the cover and gently tapping it out. To remove the bobbin, you will need a pick or tweezers to lift the bobbin lever up, then lift the bobbin out of the bobbin basket. To replace the inner bobbin, place the bobbin with the winding going in the counterclockwise direction into the bobbin basket. Floss the thread into the slit at the 5 o'clock position. Slide the thread under the triangular part of the bobbin case, then towards the back of the sewing arm and into the groove just next to the needle plate. Lower the bobbin lever. While applying pressure on the bobbin, pull the thread back to seat the thread in the tension spring. If the thread comes out of the slit when pulled forward, it did not seat into the tension spring. Try it again until the thread is secure and in place. For the outer bobbin, you will repeat the same process. Instead of placing the thread towards the back of the machine, you will place it in the groove next to the needle plate towards the front of the sewing arm. With both needle threads loosely held in your hand, turn the hand wheel towards you with your right hand until the needle goes down and starts to come up. Once the needle comes up, you can pull on the needle thread in the left hand, and this should bring up the bobbin thread through the needle plate openings. Pull the bobbin thread out so that the ends are exposed, and place all 4 threads towards the back of the sewing machine. Place a thin piece of fabric under the presser foot and lower the presser foot. This will allow you to see the bobbins and address any issues while performing a test. While holding all 4 threads in your left hand, turn the hand wheel towards you with the right hand and make 3 stitches. Once the 3 stitches are done, you can release the threads with your left hand and continue sewing. Turn on the machine and do a test. The higher the number on the stitch length dial, the longer the stitch. The lower the number, the shorter the stitch. While stitching, you can press the stitch direction lever down to reverse or backstitch. To adjust the thread tension, turn the inside or right knob clockwise to tighten the inner or right needle, and turn the outside or left knob clockwise to tighten the outer or left needle. Turn the knobs counterclockwise to loosen the needle thread tension. Depending on the type and thickness of the material you are using, adjust the presser foot screw on top of the sewing machine to increase the presser foot roller pressure by turning it clockwise. Turn it counterclockwise to decrease the pressure. When all the testing is done, replace the bobbin cover and begin sewing. To replace the cover, align the cover to the sewing head and slide it under both lips until it touches the needle plate. The cover must be perpendicular to the sewing head for it to slide in smoothly. It is recommended to leave a sample piece of fabric to catch your runoff stitch. This will keep the threads in place and eliminate the need for you to hold the threads when starting to sew again.